Hello, all. My name is Kiera, and welcome to my classroom. On this channel, I will be putting out videos about my online ESL experience, ESL learning tips, business tips because online teaching is essentially a business, and any other videos that you guys would like to see. Today I'm going to be talking about teacher fatigue and ways to prevent burnout, or at least ways to find a balance between work and rest. So if you're interested, please make sure to keep on watching and let's get into the video. So as a teacher, we already know our schedules can be pretty hectic and pretty long, even more so as an online teacher because you set your own schedule essentially. And so you can work as much hours in the day as you want. There is no 9 to 5 schedule if you don't want it to be that way. And so when it comes to online, sometimes you have schedule changes all the time because sometimes students and their parents can't make the certain time slot that you originally have, and so they ask to reschedule on a day that maybe you weren't necessarily working but you still want to teach that student, so you decide to do it anyway. You might be doing other projects alongside online teaching. There's just so many factors that can contribute to you really working more than you thought you would. So, to get everything done, you just try to work through it, and you can get burnt out very, very fast if you don't have a set schedule, boundaries, and just days dedicated to rest where you're not working at all, doing any grading, doing any meetings, any classes, anything like that. So I'm going to provide some tips for you to prevent those burnout days, because we know we do not like those. They could last a very long time depending on how tired you are, and it just doesn't make you feel good. It makes you feel sluggish and unproductive and weak, and we don't want that, our students, to see us all burnt out and tired. So here are a few tips to prevent that. Tip number 1. Don't work through your breaks. Okay, as an online teacher, you set your schedule, so that means you set your breaks. Let's say you have classes in the morning and then an hour break for lunch, and then a couple of more classes and then another break. Do not work through those breaks, okay? Take your lunch, make some food, order some food, go for a walk, watch TV. Even if your break is like 10 minutes, do not work through it. I promise you that will make a huge difference of you just being able to rest, get your mind right for your next batch of classes, and not feeling like you're just always working. You already, if you work from home, are working from home, so you kind of have blurred lines between workspace and home space. So you want to use those breaks to just relax and not feel like you're just a robot constantly working 24/7 all hours of the day. So take your breaks, take a walk, meditate, watch TV, read, whatever you want to do during those breaks. Just make sure you take them, and the work can wait. It'll be there. It can wait. Tip number 2 is, after your day is done, turn off those notifications, turn off those emails and alerts. Completely just end your day. Those responses can wait until the next business day. I know already we want to make sure that we are in constant contact with our students or their parents, that we are available. But if we're constantly available, that means there's no break time for us, there's no rest time for us, and we can't show up as our best selves for our students the next day if we're tired. So go ahead and just turn it off whenever the end of your day is. You can give your parents or your students a turnaround time of when you will respond to them. So maybe 24, 48 hours, I will respond to an email or a message, and that way they can expect, that you won't just respond right away as soon as they send it. So be proactive in giving yourself those boundaries so you can rest and not feel like, even though you're off of work, that you're still working. Rest is important. So rest, turn everything off. You will see them tomorrow. Tip number 3 is keep your off days your off days. Choose your days that you want off, whether it be the weekends, Monday, Tuesday, in the middle of the week, whatever days that you want off, keep them your off days, okay? So that means if, unfortunately, a student wasn't able to make a lesson during your work days and they want to reschedule and that happens to fall on an off day, don't be afraid to let them know, like, hey, sorry, this day does not work for me. I do not work on these days. Those are my off days. But these days during the week do work, and provide them with alternatives, and hopefully you guys can come to a solution. Most times you can. So keep those boundaries, and that way you won't feel like, again, that you're working 24/7 all the time. Your off days are for you, your family, and whatever activities you guys have planned. Keep them for you. Do not take them for granted, because those are that is one of the quickest ways to reach a burnout, is to work on your off days and compromise with everybody and sacrifice your rest days to appease everyone else. Of course, you want to help and be as helpful as you can, but again, you cannot do that if you are not taking care of yourself. So keep your off days your off days. And tip number 4 is switch up your schedule. A lot of times our schedules can get repetitive, and so we can get bored with that. It becomes a routine, and sometimes people like structure and routine, but doing it over and over again can become tiring. So don't be afraid to switch it up sometimes. If you usually work Monday through Thursdays, maybe switch it to working a different set of days. I don't know. Or if you work during these months, switch it to working a different set of months, okay? Don't be afraid to play around with your schedule. Of course, you want to be consistent, but you don't have to stay that same schedule forever. Life happens, things change, so don't be afraid to switch it up and to add something new and create a new routine that's more better for you, your family, and whatever is going on in your life at that time. So those are just some tips I had to help you prevent fatigue, prevent burnout, and try to stay afloat during this still awkward time in the world right now. Everyone is still trying to figure themselves out, figure their lives out. So this is just a way to ease up some of the pressure and allow you to navigate in this new society that we are living in. So if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other tips about how to prevent burnout and create more of a balance between work and your life, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about the topic. And thank you so much for watching again. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.